This is Leopard Gecko Leo 101, and I'm doing a video on how to care for a leopard gecko. First, you need a tank. The minimum size is 10 gallons, and I would say go up to around 30, 35 maybe, because you don't want to get it too big or they'll go away from their heat source. And there's a rule for this: 1 gecko per 10 gallons. Next thing you'll need is a heat lamp and a heat pad, which is under there. You need some substrate. I recommend reptile carpet. It's cheap. You don't have to keep on buying it. It's one time and you can just wash it easily, which I have to do this week. You need, or I don't recommend sand because, or anything else really, except paper towels and reptile carpet, because if you use sand, the leopard gecko will get impacted, which causes things to get stuck in their intestines, and they usually die from it, which happened to my first gecko about 7 years ago or so. Next thing you'll need is a water dish. You can really use anything, but I chose the ceramic bowl because it looks nicer. Just make sure it's shallow so it doesn't, the leopard gecko won't drown or anything. You need a calcium bowl filled with calcium. You can use anything with that, whatever size, whatever thing. I use a Gatorade, I think, or a Powerade cap. The calcium I use is Reptile calcium without D3. That's what you should keep in the cage at all times. And then once every week I use this stuff with D3. Next you'll need, well, this one is optional, a food bowl. I don't have it because I hand feed them. I put the mealworms on my hand and let my gecko eat it off there. That helps tame them too. You need 2 hides, one on the hot side, one on the cold side. So if you want to go on the cold side, you can, and if you want to warm up, you can go on the hot side. You need a human hide. Mine's right here. It's just a Tupperware, and it's really inexpensive. Just put some paper towel on it, and I mixed it with this. Keep it nice and humid in there. He loves that. You need food. There's a couple different options: mealworms, crickets, and you can use waxworms as treats, and you can use super worms when it gets bigger. But I use mealworms because the crickets escape and they're annoying, and the only thing I don't like about mealworms is that they're hard to cover with calcium or vitamins and stuff. Next, you can have decor to make the tank look nicer. I only have this cactus, but I can't really find anything else, and I have this stick. Makes it a lot nicer. You can use you should use vitamins. My gecko doesn't like any vitamins. First I tried giving him this stuff, Reptivite, without D3, but he didn't like it. I thought it was just a brand, so I bought this kind, Reptolife Plus, and he doesn't like that either. So vitamins will help him keep, or make him live longer, but like I said, he doesn't like the taste. He just spits it out, like rubs his mouth on the carpet because he really hates the taste. You need 2 temperature gauges, one on the hot side, one on the cold side. My temperature is at 85, which is pretty good. You want it around 80 to 90 would be good on the hot side. One on the cold side. Mine is at 78. Can't really see that, but that on the cold side it should be like 70 to 80, or 75 to 80. 70 is kind of cold, but that's what it should get at nighttime. Around 70 on the cold and probably 80 on the hot. Last thing you'll need is humidity gauge. I got mine at Petco for like $5. My humidity's at 44, 43, which is good. You want to keep it around 30 to 45. But at night, I don't know why, it always gets really humid and goes up about 65, 60, 65, and sometimes 70. But when I use a fan to get all the humidity out, and the heat lamp really takes out the humidity. And that's about it. It's really easy to care for a leopard gecko, and pretty inexpensive. This setup was probably around, with the gecko, about $60, $70, but I had this cage from my brother, this tank. So rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, message me or comment below, and that's about it.